You were not created to drift through life like a leaf tossed in the wind. You were not made to sit idly by while your potential is wasted and your soul becomes numb. You were not redeemed to remain the same. The very nature of life demands movement, and the very essence of your soul demands transformation. You were made to grow, to mature, to pursue excellence, not the shallow excellence of the world, but the kind that's forged in sacrifice, integrity, and perseverance. But let me ask you, how have you lived? Look closely. I'm not asking how you want others to see you. I'm not asking about the image you post, the words you say, or the mask you wear. Strip that all away. Stand bare before the mirror of truth. Are you the kind of person who wakes up every day with a holy urgency to become better than yesterday? Do you labor? Yes, labor. With sweat on your brow and conviction in your heart to change, to refine, to strengthen what is weak, to heal what is broken, to learn what you've ignored. Or have you become passive? Have you become comfortable? Have you said in your heart, "This is just who I am," and use that as an excuse to stay the same? That's not humility. That's not contentment. That's negligence. That's laziness. That's rebellion against the purpose for which you were made. You were not called to remain stagnant. You were not made to be lukewarm. You were designed to grow. We live in a world that sells a lie. It whispers it through advertisements. It echoes it in entertainment. It teaches it in schools and preaches it from platforms. You are enough just as you are. Let me tell you something that might shake you to your core. You are not enough just as you are. That's why you must never stop improving. That's why the call is not to comfort but to conformity. To be molded, shaped, refined. If you think you've arrived, you are already blind. If you believe there is no more to change, no more to repent of, no more to build, then you have already stopped living. Improvement is not about ego. It's not about pride. It's not about proving you're better than someone else. No, it's about obedience. It's about stewardship. You've been given a mind. Sharpen it. You've been given a body. Discipline it. You've been given time. Redeem it. You've been given potential. Fulfill it. You've been given responsibility. Carry it. This life is not a playground. It's a battlefield. And every moment you coast, every hour you waste, every day you stay the same is a day the enemy wins. A day the world applauds your apathy. Don't you see? There's something in you that aches for more because you were made for more. That restlessness in your soul isn't meant to be pacified with distractions or numbed by pleasure. It's meant to drive you, to push you, to call you deeper. But what do? We silence the call. We entertain ourselves to death. We scroll, we click, we binge, we consume, and the whole time the cry inside us fades. We become desensitized to purpose. And slowly, almost imperceptibly, we stop growing. You are becoming something every day. You are either becoming stronger or weaker. You are either becoming wiser or more foolish. You are either growing in discipline or decaying in indulgence. There is no neutral ground. You do not get to stand still. Time does not stop for you. Life does not pause while you decide whether or not you want to get serious. The clock keeps ticking. The sun keeps rising. And you are either rising with it or falling behind. Look at your life. Look hard. Where are the areas you've settled? Where are the corners of your character you've left untouched? Where have you said, "This is just how I am," and walked away from responsibility? Your temper, your laziness, your fear, your pride, your excuses, do you think these things will fix themselves? Do you think maturity comes through wishing? Do you think transformation is automatic? You say you want to change. Then act like it. Stop waiting for the right time. Stop waiting to feel motivated. Stop waiting until it's convenient. Do you not understand? Growth doesn't wait for permission. Excellence doesn't knock softly. It demands everything. You have to fight for it. You have to bleed for it. You have to wake up early, stay up late, deny yourself, discipline yourself, preach to yourself, every day, and when you fail, you get up with more fire than before, you get up angry at complacency, you get up with hatred for your sin, not coddling it, you don't wallow, you don't sulk, you don't excuse yourself with "I'm only human." You're not only human, you are responsible. You've been given the ability to grow, so grow. How long will you make excuses? How long will you live with one foot in discipline and the other in indulgence? You cannot serve two masters. You cannot seek improvement and love comfort. You must choose. Either you will be mastered by your desire to become more, or you will be enslaved by your desire to stay the same. And don't think for a second that mediocrity is neutral. It's a form of rebellion. It's a declaration that you will not steward what has been entrusted to you. This is not about perfection. This is about pursuit. This is about a life that says, "I will not waste what I've been given." This is about a heart that trembles at the thought of squandered days and wasted potential. It's about someone who says, "If I must fall, let it be forward. If I must struggle, let it be in pursuit of what is right." You say you don't have time. That's a lie. You have time for what you prioritize. You have time for what matters. Every person is given the same number of hours. What you do with them exposes what you truly value. Don't tell me you want to grow while you waste hours scrolling, while you fill your days with distractions, while you chase comfort like a dog chases its tail. Your time is your testimony. What does yours say? Some of you hear this and feel conviction, and that's good. But conviction is not change. Emotion is not transformation. Don't walk away from this with stirred feelings and unchanged habits. Don't confuse brokenness with repentance. Real change, lasting change, comes through blood, sweat, and tears, through discipline, through intentionality, through brutal honesty with yourself and with others. You must wage war against every part of yourself that resists improvement. Your apathy, your excuses, your procrastination, your pride. You must cut it out like a surgeon cuts out cancer. You must confront it like a warrior faces his enemy. You must slay it daily, not once, not occasionally, every single day, or it will master you. There is no room for compromise. There is no room for half-hearted attempts. The world you live in is not neutral. It is bent toward decay. Leave a garden alone, and it grows weeds. Leave a soul alone, and it grows cold. You must tend the fire. You must fan the flame. You must labor in the field of your own life with diligence, with patience, with urgency. Some of you have goals, dreams, visions, but you don't have discipline. You say you want to write a book, build a business, learn a skill, grow in your faith, but you live like it's optional. It's not optional. Greatness is not given, it's earned, and not in public, but in private, when no one sees, when no one applauds, when no one affirms you. That's where growth happens. That's where improvement is born, in the dark, in the quiet, in the hours where most choose sleep over sacrifice. You want to improve, then die to yourself. Say no to your flesh. Say no to your laziness. Say no to the voice that tells you to wait. Say no to the lie that you'll start tomorrow. You won't. Tomorrow never comes for the passive. Start now, get up now, do the hard thing now, fight now, build now, grow now, and don't look to others for validation. You may not get it. You may be misunderstood. You may be mocked. You may be alone. So be it. Growth is lonely. Improvement is narrow. But the fruit it bears, the life it produces, is worth every tear, every sacrifice, every lonely night. And don't you dare say it's too late. Don't you dare say it's too hard. That's the language of cowards. That's the speech of the defeated. You are still breathing, aren't you? Then you can change. You can grow. You can become more. But not by wishing. Not by waiting. By working. By striving. By refusing to quit when it gets hard and refusing to compromise when it gets easy. You think you have time. You think you can put this off, but the graveyards are full of people who thought they had more time. The future is not promised. You are not guaranteed another day, so live like it, grow like it, improve like your life depends on it, because it does, not just your physical life, your character, your soul. Your purpose, your legacy, everything depends on whether or not you will rise up and take responsibility for your life. No one else will do it for you. No one else can. You can't outsource discipline. You can't delegate transformation. You must carry your own cross. You must bear your own weight. You must take ownership of your habits, your thoughts, your attitude, your decisions. No one is coming to save you from yourself. You must decide, will you rise or will you rot? Will you fight or will you fold? Will you become what you were made to be, or will you die, never having lived? So choose. And once you choose, don't look back. Don't flinch, don't waver. The path will be narrow, the work will be hard, the cost will be high, but the reward, oh, the reward is worth everything. Refuse to settle, refuse to drift, refuse to die with unused strength still in your bones. Become who you were created to be and never, ever stop improving. True improvement demands intentional, disciplined effort every day. It's not about motivation or waiting for the right time. You must take full ownership of your time, decisions, and habits, because stagnation is not neutral, it is regression. You are not enough as you are. You were created to grow, to mature, to transform. A life without continuous improvement is a life of disobedience to your purpose. Comfort is the enemy. Pursuit of your higher calling is the path. Growth is not a casual idea to be entertained when convenient. It is not a pleasant suggestion to be considered when motivation strikes or when circumstances feel favorable. Growth is a relentless responsibility, a charge laid upon each individual who desires to live a life of significance and purpose. It is the unyielding call that demands you to wake each morning with a fire in your heart and a resolve in your soul that no matter what, you will take a step forward. It is not optional. To think otherwise is to misunderstand the very nature of life itself. Life moves. It moves forward whether you engage or retreat. Time does not wait for your permission to pass. The sun rises and sets without your consent, and days accumulate into months, then years. If you imagine that standing still is possible, you have already misunderstood the mechanics of existence. To stand still is an illusion, because even when you believe you are doing nothing, you are in motion, moving toward either growth or decay, toward progress or regression. The natural flow of things is toward deterioration without active maintenance. You must labor to improve. If you do not, you will degrade. This relentless responsibility to grow is not about making grand, sweeping changes in a moment of inspiration. Growth is found in the daily grind, in the decisions no one sees, in the choices made when no one is applauding, and in the disciplines practiced in quiet moments. It is the commitment to do better today than yesterday, and to prepare yourself for tomorrow, regardless of how you feel. It is the willingness to confront your weaknesses honestly, to wrestle with your fears, to fight the temptations of comfort and distraction, and to carry on even when your flesh cries out for rest. You must recognize that growth demands sacrifice. It demands that you deny the immediate pleasures that would lull you into complacency. It demands you to discipline your mind to focus on what is eternal, not what is fleeting. It requires you to wrest control away from your impulses, your laziness, your excuses, and your fears. It requires you to say no, to procrastination, to indulgence, to self-pity, and say yes to responsibility, hard work, and perseverance. There is no neutral ground. If you do not choose growth, you are choosing decay. Some will say, "But I am tired. I have so much going on." That is true for all of us. The question is not whether life is hard. The question is whether you will let difficulty be an excuse or a catalyst. Every day, every hour, every minute presents an opportunity. When you feel tired, that is the moment to press on. When you feel discouraged, that is the moment to renew your commitment. When you feel overwhelmed, that is the moment to seek strength beyond yourself. Growth is forged in the fire of trial, not the ease of comfort. If you believe growth is optional, then you are deceiving yourself. The world is full of people who have convinced themselves of this lie. They settle into comfort, delay their dreams, ignore their flaws, and rest in the false peace of stagnation. But their souls are restless, their potential unfulfilled, their hearts heavy with regret. You do not want to join them. You were made for more. Your life matters. The talents, the gifts, the opportunities given to you demand a response, not with apathy, but with action. The relentless responsibility of growth means waking up each day and making a deliberate choice to be better. It means being intentional with your habits, your time, your relationships, your learning. It means recognizing that growth is not accidental. It does not happen by chance, by luck, or by simply waiting for motivation. Growth requires effort, and effort requires discipline. You will fail, you will stumble, but each time you fall, you must rise again. This is not a race with others, but a battle within yourself. The greatest enemies of growth are the distractions that steal your time and focus. The endless scrolling through meaningless content, the pursuit of comfort at the expense of challenge, the busyness that masks idleness. You must ruthlessly guard your mind and time. Ask yourself daily, am I investing in what will make me stronger, wiser, and more capable? Or am I feeding my flesh, gratifying my ego, and avoiding the hard work of change? Be brutally honest with yourself. Growth is also about being teachable, open to correction, willing to listen, eager to learn. It requires humility to admit you don't have all the answers, that you are flawed and in need of transformation. Pride is the enemy here. It will convince you that you are fine just as you are, that you don't need to change, that others are wrong to call you out. But humility is the soil where growth takes root. You must be willing to face your shortcomings, to ask for help, and to persevere in learning new skills, new truths, and new ways of living. Understand that growth is not always comfortable. It often feels like resistance, like struggle, like pain. But this is the very proof that growth is happening. Just as muscles tear and ache before they grow stronger, your character will be tested before it matures. Your patience will be challenged before it deepens. Your faith will be stretched before it becomes unshakable. Do not flee discomfort. Welcome it. Embrace it. Let it refine you. To neglect this responsibility is to live beneath your potential. It is to waste the gift of life. It is to dishonor the opportunities granted to you. The cost of stagnation is high, not only in lost dreams, but in lost character, lost influence, lost purpose. You may fool others, but you cannot fool yourself. Deep down, you know when you have settled for less. You know when you have shrunk back from the hard work of becoming more. That knowledge is a quiet torment that will grow louder if ignored. You are the steward of your life. Every choice you make is a vote for the person you are becoming. If you want to be a person of integrity, wisdom, strength, and influence, then you must labor for those qualities. They will not come by accident. They require intentional action, day after day, year after year. This is the relentless responsibility you carry. It is a high calling, but also a great privilege. When you embrace this responsibility, you will find a new kind of freedom. Freedom from regret, from wasted time, from the chains of your own laziness. You will discover the joy that comes from progress, the satisfaction that rises when you see your efforts bear fruit. You will gain confidence not from empty praise, but from the deep knowing that you are becoming the person you were made to be. You will become a light in the darkness, an example to others, a testament to what is possible when one refuses to settle. Remember that no one else can grow for you. You cannot borrow growth from another person. You cannot delegate your maturity or your discipline. This is your fight, your journey, your responsibility. The world will cheer on those who appear successful, but true success is measured in the daily commitment to grow, especially when no one is watching. This responsibility is lifelong. There is no finish line where you can declare, "I am done." As long as you live, you must press on. Each stage of life presents new challenges and new opportunities to improve. The man who stops learning in his 20s will find himself crippled in his 30s. The woman who stops growing in character and wisdom will find herself powerless in trials she never anticipated. You must never rest on past achievements. Growth is continuous. It will require setting goals, making plans, and evaluating your progress honestly. It will require surrounding yourself with people who challenge and encourage you. It will require saying no to things that drain you and yes to things that build you. It will require courage to face the hard truths about yourself and the determination to keep moving forward despite setbacks. If you neglect this responsibility, life will erode your character and your potential. If you embrace it, life will shape you into a person of depth, strength, and impact. The choice is yours, but the truth remains. Growth is a daily, relentless responsibility, not an option. You are not fashioned by chance or made to simply exist in a state of ease. You were created with purpose, with intention, and that purpose demands something far greater than comfort. It demands excellence. The very fabric of your being cries out for a life of striving, a life of pursuit, a life of intentional growth and unyielding dedication to becoming more than you are now. Comfort is the seduction of the weak. Excellence is the reward of the disciplined. There is a dangerous lie whispered in every corner of our culture, a lie that says you should be satisfied with where you are, who you are, and what you have. It tells you that your current state is enough, that striving is optional, that ease is the ultimate goal. This lie masquerades as kindness and self-acceptance, but it is nothing more than a cage that imprisons the soul. If you listen to it, you will settle for far less than what you were made for, and you will wither in the shadow of your own potential. Excellence is not about perfection. It is about a relentless pursuit of the best you can be. It is a call to arms against mediocrity, a refusal to live beneath the capacity God has placed within you. You were created to be a light, a beacon of what is possible when a person refuses to settle for comfort and chooses instead to press into difficulty, to embrace challenge, and to grow through discipline. Comfort will dull your senses, numb your ambition, and steal your fire. Excellence will sharpen your focus, ignite your passion, and transform your character. To pursue excellence means that you understand life is not a playground, but a battlefield. It means you understand that each day is a fight for your soul, your integrity, and your destiny. It means you wake up with purpose, knowing that the road ahead will be difficult, but committing to walk it anyway. It means choosing hard things over easy things, long-term gain over short-term pleasure, and growth over stagnation. It means discipline, not once in a while, but every day, not sometimes, but always. This pursuit is not for the faint of heart. It requires courage, the courage to face your weaknesses, to admit your failures, and to confront the parts of yourself you wish were different. It requires perseverance, the perseverance to keep moving forward when the road is steep, when your body aches, when your mind screams to quit. It requires sacrifice, the sacrifice of fleeting pleasures, idle time, and even some relationships that do not support your growth. Excellence demands everything because it is worth everything. You cannot separate your pursuit of excellence from your character. Excellence without integrity is hypocrisy. Excellence without humility is arrogance. Excellence without faith is futility. You must be willing to refine every area of your life, the way you think, speak, act, and relate to others. Excellence shapes your habits and your attitude. It defines how you handle success and how you endure failure. It is visible in the small choices you make daily, choosing honesty when it is easier to lie, showing kindness when bitterness beckons, working hard when laziness tempts. Comfort, on the other hand, is deceptive. It promises rest but delivers stagnation. It offers peace but leaves you restless. It tempts you to settle, to numb the pain of unfulfilled potential with distractions and excuses. Comfort says you are fine as you are, but excellence calls out you were made for more. Comfort will lull you into a false sense of security, while your dreams gather dust and your talents atrophy. Excellence pulls you out of your complacency and dares you to live fully, boldly, and with purpose. Think about the people you admire, those who have left a mark on the world, those who inspire you to be better. What do they have in common? They refused to live for comfort. They embraced struggle. They accepted responsibility. They committed to a path of continual improvement. They understood that excellence is a lifelong journey, not a destination, and they paid the price. Their lives were not easy, but they were meaningful. Their stories are not of ease, but of endurance, of discipline, of sacrifice. You must ask yourself what you are willing to pay for excellence. Are you willing to say no to distractions? Are you willing to endure discomfort? Are you willing to take responsibility for your growth? Excellence demands a radical commitment to daily effort. It requires that you invest your time wisely, guard your mind vigilantly, and discipline your body relentlessly. Excellence is built on the foundation of small victories, the decisions you make when no one is watching that accumulate into a life of integrity and purpose. Do not be fooled into thinking that excellence is only about grand achievements. Excellence is found in the ordinary moments as well, the way you handle your work, the care you show in your relationships, the faithfulness in your responsibilities. Excellence means giving your best effort in every task, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. It means not cutting corners, not settling for good enough, and not becoming complacent. Excellence is a habit, a lifestyle, a daily commitment to being better than you were yesterday. This pursuit is deeply spiritual as well as practical. To pursue excellence is to honor the one who created you with intention and purpose. It is to steward well the gifts, talents, and opportunities given to you. It is to recognize that your life is not your own, but a sacred trust to be invested wisely. Excellence is an act of worship, a tangible expression of gratitude for the breath in your lungs and the calling on your life. Many will resist this call because it is hard. It requires sacrifice, perseverance, and self-control. But the alternative, settling for comfort, leads to regret, frustration, and a life half-lived. The graveyards are filled with those who never pursued excellence, who traded their potential for ease, who died without ever becoming who they were meant to be. Don't let that be your story. Let your life be a testimony to the power of relentless pursuit, the courage to choose hard over easy, and the faith to press on when the way is unclear. Excellence requires patience. It does not come overnight or through a single act of will. It is forged in the daily disciplines, the quiet decisions to rise early, to practice your craft, to resist temptation, to seek wisdom, to serve others. It is shaped by setbacks and failures, by lessons learned and wounds healed. Every day offers a new chance to grow, to stretch, to deepen your resolve. Excellence is not about perfection. It is about persistence. In pursuing excellence, you will face temptation to turn back, to settle, to take shortcuts. You will face discouragement when progress seems slow or invisible. You will encounter voices, both external and internal, that tell you to give up, to accept less, to seek comfort instead. But you must remember who you are and what you were made for. You were created for more than mediocrity. You were created to shine, to influence, to make a difference. This is your birthright, your responsibility, your privilege. Surround yourself with those who encourage excellence, who challenge you to grow, who refuse to accept excuses. Build habits that foster discipline and resilience. Feed your mind with truth that inspires courage and perseverance. Train your body to endure and strengthen. Guard your heart against the lies that whisper comfort over growth. And above all, keep your eyes fixed on the higher calling that pulls you forward. When you choose excellence over comfort, you join a long line of those who dared to live fully and fight for more. You become a reflection of the Creator who made you in His image, dynamic, purposeful, and relentless. You will not only transform yourself, but also impact those around you, inspiring others to rise from complacency and embrace their own call to greatness. Never forget, comfort is fleeting, but excellence endures. Comfort may soothe for a moment, but excellence builds a legacy. The choice is yours. Will you seek comfort and settle, or will you pursue excellence and become all that you were created to be?